What? Come here, move this transmission so you can take a bath? Well, then you're certainly a redneck. So, all right. We're live. Yeah. Hey, welcome all. This is Hit or Miss. I'm your host, Night Strike, and we've got an interesting panel this evening. Who do we got? Who do we got on deck? First up, we got AWAG. Say hello, AWAG.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm getting my pickup truck prepped and ready to go to South Carolina to visit with some friends before they go off to the sandbox. If you catch yeah, they're going in the Air Force. So.
So you're visiting that friend in South Carolina, but you're not going to visit the other ones.
I will visit you too.
I mean, we got to get some, live authentic footage of AWAG at the Night Strike range.
I'm definitely going to bring a few of my my toys as well. So
yeah, so there we go.
I'll be there for a week. So actually, maybe a little longer than a week.
We'll see what happens. Gizzard, what's going on?
Hey. Thanks for the invite, man. Not a whole lot going on here. Just waiting to see if we're going to hit or miss.
We're probably going to miss tonight. So,
oh no! Depends what the target is.
Well, if it's not a large target, we're going to miss it. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, hey, thanks for jumping in, Gizzard.
Thank you.
Got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, you can plug my website, gizzardgary.com. Also, my weekly shows, Foul Territory, Friday nights, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Early Bird Chat Sunday mornings, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. And Wanamaker videos coming up as I can get them put together.
All right. David, Kingpin, what's going on?
Not too much, man. Thanks for having me. Always a good time.
Thanks for jumping in. All right, next up we have everyone's favorite disagreeable YouTuber. We got Rich White. What's going on, Rich?
I'm just waiting for my wife to get her ass back here with dinner.
That's exciting.
Yep.
All right, so anything new, anything interesting, anything to look out for?
Anything interesting? I don't know.
A certain something on Sunday nights.
That's the plug at the end of the show, man. Come on.
So you don't have anything else to contribute. I see how it is. Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
We'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll have something to contribute later.
All right. And last but certainly not least, we have the substitute co-host. Travis P11, what's going on, Travis?
Hey, thank you so much for the invite, man. Cheap plug as usual. Check out Caliber Corner Thursday nights, 6 to 8 East Coast time, 5 to 7 Central time. Little gun related podcast we have every weekend. This week we got a cool topic coming up, so make sure you guys check me out over on guntube.org and gunchannels.com.
Give us a teaser. What's the topic?
Transportation of firearms, depending on the situation.
This is actually going to help me out a lot.
We'll talk about all the different states and the specific rules that we got to follow and some general rules and what works best for you.
All I'm going to say, AWAG, is if your truck has an extended cab, put all your guns in the extended cab part and don't put them in the back.
Yeah, I'm not going to put them in the bed. I invested so much into my
That's
firearm.
another part of it is those that have pickup. If you got a single cab pickup truck and they expect you to store your ammo separate from your gun, what do you do? Or how do you secure your firearms? Like I got a Jeep Cherokee. There's really no place to hide guns in it easily. You can put stuff on top of them and in boxes, but it's not like I have a standalone trunk. So it can be complex when you're traveling, depending on the states you're going through and laws and stuff. And then also like concealed carrying weapon on you, vehicle mount weapon, glove box, that kind of thing. So it should be a lot of fun. It was actually a viewer requested topic.
All right. So out there on the chat, we've got the Rolling Trip. We got Local 223. We got Roll Call. Apparently he's still at work. Vanessa Kitty's out there. Armament Naxos. Tennessee Gun Guy. Fine 8 1393's out there. We got Bass Boy 99091. We got John Brown Productions out there. The C4 Defense. Sarge, you've got a link. You can jump in if you want. Gen Z2A is out there. Who else is out there? Grandman is out there. And Tara Smith is out there. So thank you guys for jumping in on the YouTube chat and hanging out with us tonight. So as far as topics, I don't have anything right now. I've been busy working on everything else but topics tonight. So anybody has anything they want to throw out there, go ahead. If not, give me a minute and I can find something to rant and rave about.
Well, did you see what Nancy Pelosi had to say about AOC earlier?
Yeah.
Are they feeding on their own now, or what? Are they
Yes,
feeding on their own?
they are feeding on their own. Nancy Pelosi said that a glass of water with a D next to its name could have won her race for Congress.
Ooh. So what we need to do is we need to set up a campaign for a glass of water with the Democrat D next to its name, and we're good.
At least a glass of water is good for you.
This
A
is
glass of
true.
water is probably smarter.
Oh
This is
man.
also true. Yeah. So
Did we hear about our favorite politician Eric Swalwell said that he's wants to confiscate all weapons and imprison anybody who doesn't give up their assault weapons?
I don't know any assault weapons. I don't know. I have semi-automatic sporting rifles. I have no idea to which guns he's referring.
Cowabunga it is.
This before or after he nukes everybody?
yeah.
I was-
FYI, I'm pretty sure the UN frowns upon using nuclear weapons to disarm a country. Pretty sure.
Not if it's the United States.
Pretty sure. Hey,
Pretty
Night
sure.
Strike, what's up?
Oh my God, I can actually hear you. What happened? Are you in your car?
I don't know. I just jumping in. Wasn't this the same guy that went, we'll just nuke him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why we're making the joke.
Yeah.
I got a sticker. For my pickup. I haven't put it on yet. It says "Nuke me, bitch."
Nuke me? Come and nuke me.
And it's funny when he says, "Oh, it was just a figure of speech. I was just, when you're in a position in power like that, you really should think about what you say because of the access to power that you have.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
Right.
That's no
No.
excuse. That's a lame ass excuse.
A figure of speech is a commonly used phrase. I don't see people going around every day saying they're going to nuke somebody.
And plus, anyone that uses nuclear weapons on nuclear soil without the majority of the population's permission, is going to be vilified for the rest of their life, if not, drawn and quartered.
And if you want to pick out a certain, percentage or a certain group of the American population that is just practicing their Second Amendment rights and say you want to nuke them, that's really getting kind of specific there, isn't it? I wouldn't say that's a figure of speech. That's almost a threat.
Travis, you're hitting the nail on the head.
And if I said I was going to do that, say to some
Right.
structure in the White House, I'd be in prison.
Right.
I'd have ATF on my door in a second, FBI on my door if I said I was going to do that.
And us Second Amendment, people that we say we're going to do this, and really, you think about this, it's like, how far is this going to go before us, the people, just say, well, we're gun owners and we're not going to give them up before we got, helicopters and people flying over our houses, and How far is that going to go?
I don't know, but if he thinks he's going to get elected president, that guy's got another thing coming to him.
Oh, I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, yeah.
You're threatening to nuke Americans on American soil for not turning in their firearms. Pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah, it's like, you don't agree with us? We're going to nuke you. Is that like Hitler concentration camp kind of thing? Only nukes didn't.
Yeah, he's gone full on.
Yeah.
He's gone full on Nazi.
Yeah. I mean, nukes didn't exist back then, and if no, yes, Rich, they kind of did. Okay, what?
They did. They did just ask New Mexico.
Yeah, but point being is the way that Hitler dealt with them back in the day. Oh, round them up, put them in a camp, and we're just going to eventually kill them all. Really?
Yeah.
And for this guy to go, well, they don't agree with us. Well, we'll nuke them. Are people paying attention to this? I mean, what? You're going to elect this guy? What?
How is he not in jail for tyranny yet?
We got him wanting to nuke people. Omar saying that some people did something. AOC wants to get rid of farting cows.
Or being set up.
Can we all admit that our political system has went to hell in a handbasket? Really?
Yes.
Oh my God!
I think we've always had people like this, though. I just think that with media, this stuff gets out a lot faster than it did before. There's always been jack wagons everywhere, if you think about it. I mean,
also,
at this point,
there's also, like this visceral hatred for somebody that doesn't align with your point of view. It's very difficult to bring up, politics nowadays because people just have like this visceral hatred for anybody who does not agree with them.
Right, and they don't want to look at another point of view and actually take into that consideration and think for themselves because they've been brainwashed.
They'd rather be fueled by the stats and figures that they get on The View every morning.
There was a philosopher.
The View. Sorry, Travis. I'm gonna laugh. Ha ha ha. The View. Oh my God.
Is that show even on TV anymore? I really don't even know.
Yes, unfortunately.
There was a great philosopher in a movie once that said, "You never go full retard." They've gone full retard.
No, Rich. They have not just gone full retard. They have gone full on retard. Borderline lobotomy. That's how far they're
Can I have the definition of lobotomy, please?
Well, they stick this thing up into your brain and swirl it around and pull some shit out. Yeah, that's a lobotomy.
That's it. That's lobotomy.
Gotcha.
No, you're right. And this is the thing. We have to look at this, that our way of thinking and everything has been so skewed by the media. And the reality, all right, I'm laughing, reality TV, it's not reality. And
it's actuality.
Yeah. It's just when and people don't think for themselves. Really, stop following all this bullshit and think for yourself. That's all I'm saying. I mean, think for yourself.
It's pretty hard in a large city.
No,
Humans are such tribal animals that, it's very difficult for people to think for themselves if they're in a group. I even find myself having issues like that. If I'm in a group of a bunch of friends and everybody's having a good time doing burnouts in a parking lot, of course I'm going to join them and do burnouts in the parking lot.
That's exactly what Ilhan Omar's place is. It's not an accident that she's elected, and it's not an accident that she's a radical.
She also wants to institute and follow Sharia law instead of American law.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything to the people that tell her what to say and do. The people in charge don't give two messes about whether she's a Muslim, a Nazi, or an atheist. They don't care about that. What they care about is her going out there and saying the absolutely stupid things that she says. So when people call her out on it, they can go back to you're racist, you're sexist, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, and then they control the narrative. And then all the other people that don't know any better say, oh my gosh, they're attacking her because she's a Muslim. I can't believe that. They're attacking her because she's a woman. I can't believe that. And they don't know anything else. It's not a mistake that this kind of stuff happens. We're being set up. Don't trust not one of them, not one. Prove me, if I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, tell me one politician that you can trust. Please, I'll wait. Go ahead.
Kingpin. I've
No,
been saying it.
I'm not
I've
a
been
politician,
saying
so
it
you
for
can't
years.
Okay, if I run for president, does that make me a politician?
You're not a politician yet.
Dude,
You know,
Donald
that's
Trump has
just-
still been there for us since the beginning. What are you talking about?
Boy, I will reach my hand through this microwave. What?
That's
Anyway,
another thing that people, I don't understand what people think. Donald Trump is a New York billionaire who lives his entire life on debt. That's
he
how
was a
that's
Democrat.
how he's become. It doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican. That doesn't matter.
I'll
They're
get to
on
the
the same
point. Keep
team.
going, Dave.
Nancy Pelosi and Lindsey Graham are the same person. That when you're
Pretty
on that
much.
high level of government like that, they're on the same team. And Donald Trump is on the same team. For people to say that he's not a politician when he was on The Apprentice, get out of here. A New York billionaire that's not a politician?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
He just knows he's not. The thing is, yes, he knows how to play the politician kingpin. I understand that, but what got him elected was that he was primarily a businessman and not a career politician like everyone else.
That's semi-true. What got him elected was him standing in the middle of the ring, giving everybody the finger. Everybody. He gave the
Right.
Republicans, the Democrats, the media. He gave everybody the finger, and everybody sat in their living room watching for it. I've been wanting to say that my whole life. I've been waiting for somebody to come out and say that my whole life. We've got it mistaken. This presidency is not about Donald Trump. This presidency is about what we're going to do in the future as a nation. Donald Trump just happens to be the dude that came out and did it. Whether he's nefarious or whether he really means make America great or not doesn't matter. What matters is that we have our voice out there now, and a bunch of corruption is being put right out into the limelight. All the stuff that people knew was going on, there's evidence behind it everywhere. We have a golden opportunity to build our future and to take it away from these radical socialist, communist Nazis that really exist and are trying to smother all our freedoms. If we allow that to happen, it's over with. So if you're mad at Donald Trump, that's fine. But you got to understand that's the best thing we got going right now, because Donald Trump is Travis P11. Donald Trump is Armament and Axis. Donald Trump is Rich White and me. We've got the opportunity to determine what kind of future this
He's
country's
not
gonna
Night
have.
Strike because Night Strike doesn't have his bump stock.
Well, he can't be Night Strike because he couldn't have invented you, so you invented him.
Well, he can't grow a beard either, so he can't be Nice Strikes.
Oh wow! Oh,
I
wow!
can grow a beard like a MF, but Night Strike, did you lose your bump stock in the boating accident? I just curious.
I was not in a car accident. I rolled my car 3 times and it flung out the window.
That
the,
happens.
The boating accident excuse is funny, but technically it's in a landfill now.
I was going to say the thing about Donald Trump. This came up in Hank's comments earlier that all the rappers and all the lefties love Donald Trump, and then when he ran for president, they hated him. I said because he put an R in front of his name. Really?
I got a question about the bump stock. Is the bump stock banned or is it an NFA item now? Like, can NFA people that own machine guns have a bump stock, or are they just gone?
It's banned outright.
A machine gun.
So, in other words, if I had a machine gun and I took my bump stock and shot it up into little pieces with my machine gun, that's cool.
Well, your machine gun would have to be made before 1986. So why it's a ban on the bump stock, even though they reclassify it as a machine gun, is every bump stock was made after 1986. Ergo, you can't have it.
Yeah,
God dang it, Rich! You're getting too technical. Come on, you're like quoting all the laws and intertwining all the laws and making them confusing. Yeah, this is where we are. Yeah.
You mean more so than already? Oh my.
Yeah, right. Honestly, shall not be infringed. Is that simple enough?
No whiz in the cold square.
Yeah, don't be on the ice box.
In the cold square, that's fine.
But yeah, really, I mean, oh my God, it's just getting. Yeah.
So I found a listing on the ATF. It says, can persons register their bump stock type device with the ATF? Now, this was from December 18th of 2018. The ATF response. Oh my God. They give long-winded responses for everything. The response just says, no, period. That's it. No, I've never seen a government response this simple in my life.
Wow, that was like not
It's-
even a half a breath. No.
It just says no. It's like, Mom, can I go out? No. You didn't even get to finish your sentence yet. Here's the link for you. You guys gonna get a chuckle out of this.
Mom,
It has all the
no.
questions about bumps. No.
Speaking of politicians,
Oh my God,
does anybody know if Roll Call got his press credentials yet, or is he going to be running for NRA board on the I didn't get my press credential ticket?
I was just going to say, Travis, is that like when you're grounded and you ask your mom and you, Ma, before you even get the M, Ma, she says no.
No. Yeah, it's just no. It's
All right,
no.
Rich, what'd you say?
Okay. Roll Call said if he didn't get his press credentials for NRA, he was going to run for the board. Does anybody know if this is happening yet?
No. I don't know. Good luck, Ro. Yeah. Freaking Adam Kraut's been running and he can't win, so, you know, even though he's good and the NRA needs this is the thing. I've been a paid member for years. I've never been a life member. I've paid through the years. I won't send them extra money. I will say, yep, paid member. They send me a thing going, we need money. I go, yeah, whatever. Whether I got it or not, they're not doing what I want them to do, like the GOA is. When GOA sends me a thing and says, we could use $10, I'll send them $10. You see what I'm saying? It's,
GOA and the Second Amendment Foundation do more than the NRA do.
Yeah, well, the NRA used to be better, but
the NRA mostly is just doing, while Clover will say the NRA also educates children and whatnot and does programs, and that's great. But when you're a national organization that says you fight for gun rights and you don't do anything to fight for those gun rights, there's a problem.
I want to complain about the GOA for just a second here, and I am a member. Okay, they don't need to hit me up with a every other week mailing in my mailbox. That's such a waste of resources and money. And I know they've got an advertising budget, but I would rather. I mean, I'm a member. I get it. If they want to maybe send something out, say once a month or every couple months, and just as a reminder, hey, we could use funds for this drive or that drive or this pledge or whatever, but it's turning into an NRA asking for money, and that's really starting to bother me. Just the way they ask and the way they're doing it, that part really annoys me because, first of all, I don't like junk mail. I get a lot of it, and it gets torn up and shredded, and that's it.
Yep.
And I'm opening it, and it's like, hey, we fought for this person's rights. Hey, we need an extra $25. It's like, oh, my God. I'll give when I can give, but then I just feel like they're wasting their money on postage. They should be spending that money. Again, I want to see the GOA put a representative in every Capitol building in the country. I've been waiting for the NRA to do that for however long I've been, since I've known about them or been a member or whatnot, and they haven't done that yet. So if the GOA goes that route, I would be happy to write them. Hell, I might just switch over my church tithe over the GOA if I can get a rep in my building from them and they're every day fighting for my rights,
If you're talking about the junk mail, FPC's not much better.
Man, I mean, they just need to. I wish I could tell Eric Pratt, you don't need to send this to me. Can I email him direct? Just say you're wasting your time and your money. You're not. But since I'm already a member, why are you sending me this stuff? Get on mailing lists for people that go to gun companies and buy mailing lists or something of people that have registered firearms with you, or go get mailings from people that are gun owners or people that have subscribed to certain websites or something. Don't mail me. You're wasting your money.
Travis, I was going to say the same thing. I get so much email from the NRA, the GOA, and I think about that, and it's like, how much money do you waste on postage? And, if you just send me an email, which is free.
I would rather see them advertise the GOA on like a big website, like on eBay, put a banner up, or put a banner up on someplace sport, whatever,
I did see a topic the other day that we can segue into. Or did you see that the NRA is suing Ackerman McQueen, the company that is responsible for putting advertising on NRA TV?
Over what?
I have no idea why, but the NRA is suing a longtime vendor that produces NRA TV, accusing the firm of hiding details on how it spends the gun rights organization's money and obscuring its financial relationship with NRA President Oliver North. The lawsuit filed Friday in Virginia is a stunning breach within the normally buttoned-up organization. The New York, granted this from the New York Times, but oh well. The New York Times reported Monday, and it could lead to Norse ouster. I don't know what that means. The end of the NRA TV, or a permanent rift between Ackerman McQueen, the Oklahoma ad company that runs NRA TV, and has worked closely with the NRA for more than 3 decades. NRA TV has been widely perceived as the public's voice of the NRA, which, okay, sure. Since Ackerman McQueen created it in 2016. The NRA's complaint says, and the Times report, that at least 2 prominent NRA board members have expressed alarm that NRA TV has strayed far beyond gun rights into warnings about race wars, salvos at the FBI, and incendiary antics, like putting Thomas the Tank Engine in a Ku Klux Klan hood.
What?
I'd like to see where that was from. Because that sounds like something from Reddit or
Thomas the Tank Engine. He's not even
Thomas Train and what?
He's not even an American citizen, man. He can't be what? He's British, isn't he?
Yeah, he's British. He's not even Southern. He can't be in it.
No.
Because
what the?
He's more Yankee than I am.
they would run his ass out of town because they're more redneck than any other American is.
Sounds like you guys are a bunch of nationalists. Shame on you.
Call me what you want. I love where I live.
What? Hey, didn't you hear the French want to be able to vote in our presidential elections?
I'm sorry, what?
God.
You didn't hear that?
They failed taking over Mexico. They can stay out of our country too. All right.
You know, why don't they just go have another revolution with themselves, of which they lose?
That's a country. Remember Cinco de Mayo? They lost to a bunch of villagers that had garden tools. Okay, the French have no place to even make.
They can't even prevent Notre Dame, one of their longest standing buildings, you know, in one of their cities, from burning. Okay, if you can't prevent something like that,
well, it was an 800-year-old matchbox, really. And when you think about
it was arson.
It was arson, and the guy had dark skin.
Oh man!
I wonder
who the ones they let in last year and said, "Oh, they'll be all right."
It may have been one of those. What's the politically correct way of saying it? Those
military-aged male.
No, those undocumented immigrants.
Yeah. Oh, imagine that. Yeah.
From the Middle East.
I heard that one of the priests.
The thing is, Notre Dame wasn't the only old Catholic building that was set on fire. It was multiple of them. So if they're setting fire to Catholic buildings in France, I'll tell you one thing. The Jews don't do this.
It's not a construction accident.
They don't burn people's buildings.
No.
You know who burns people's place of religion? You know, it's only two types of people. One of them aren't in charge of Germany anymore, and the other are in the Middle East.
Aloha snack bar.
Yeah, here's the thing you got to look at though. Those are one and the same. If you go look at the Ba'ath Party in Syria, where some of these people have come from. The Ba'ath Party is the Nazi Party. The Ba'ath Party was the Arabic version of the Nazi Party. They even had their own SS.
That's why people like Nancy Pelosi are so kind to all the Muslim terrorists. And, you can't call them that because that's mean. It's because they work from the same playbook. They're on the same side of the fence.
Yeah, well, look, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Y'all know this, but all these leftist politicians wanting all these leftist agendas, wanting to bring in illegals and make them look, they don't give 2 shits about our country. What they give 2 shits about is getting votes and staying in power. And that is the only reason they are pushing certain things they push is to get the sheeple to vote for them again. It's that simple. people that will follow them and go, oh, they're so smart and they gave us this and they gave us that and oh, we feel so safe. No, they don't. They're not safe. It's all about votes. Look, Chicago politics at its best. Dead people, pets, and illegals get to vote, right?
Now, out there on the chat, AC97 wants to remind us, never forget that the Australians lost a war with birds. So they lost a war against birds. We got to remind everyone of that.
Yeah, but you saw that Hitchcock movie.
what-
Really
I think,
looked to be
what
pretty
was
rough.
that?
What kind of birds? Pigeons? Eagles? Condor?
I'm not sure.
Hey, by the way, guys, I'm gonna plug my channel. I did the drawing for a 500 subscriber giveaway, and Gun Doctor TV won. So cool.
In defense of Australia, the Great Emu War, they did lose against a bunch of birds. But have you ever seen an emu? They are absolutely terrifying birds.
Oh,
Aren't they just as big as ostriches?
Yeah,
No,
they're
smaller.
as
They're
big.
smaller than an ostrich, but they're nasty. And they had help from their allies, the cassowaries. Those
Hey,
things
Wog,
would cut you with one kick.
AWOG, I gotta look this up. It was Hank brought it up earlier. It's I can't remember the name of the bird, but some
The
dude had
cassowary.
it as his pet, and it killed him. And
That was
they
the
got
cassowary. That was yesterday, and that was the cassowary.
cassowary. Yes, thank you, Rich. Yeah, it's
Those
like
things will mess you up.
yeah. I'm like, I don't want a bird like that. I just take my sword out there, and when he
That's
does
an
that,
animal
I'll,
that Steve Irwin wouldn't mess with, okay? No, it's not a joke. He literally would not go near them.
yeah. Why would you keep that as a pet? We had a local resident in
I
my
don't know, man.
town that kept a mountain lion, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
So we got another person out on the chat saying,
little attractions.
E Honda said, I had to get both of my kids from school today because of a lockdown due to a credible threat. I made a video at Night Strike. Yeah, I'll check your video out, E Honda. But I know because I read a piece article today about some crazy 18-year-old lady, making a threat against the same county that Columbine High School was in because it's the 20th anniversary of the shooting. So I just wanted to mention that because I saw that and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that somebody would go ahead and do that. That's an anniversary no one needs to celebrate. Period. It's not a celebratory anniversary. It's a somber anniversary. And the fact that somebody would go ahead and say that kind of thing and do that is ridiculous. It pisses me off that someone would do that.
I don't want to say that Sandy Hook was a false flag, but maybe. But looking at your point of view, really to celebrate that, what? No, that should. It's almost like Veterans Day or Memorial Day. Really? Why would you? What? Oh, are you going to use it to politically plug your agenda? Yeah. That really. What are you people thinking?
Yeah. So Ehana wants to jump in and talk about this, so I'm going to send him a link. All right. And because I want to hear his perspective, because he's a father, and two, he's got kids in the schools that this is happening, and I actually want to cover this topic. So Ehana, jump in. I sent you a link, so jump in and give us your perspective, man.
Yeah, E. Honda was saying he was a freshman in high school when that happened. I was at Fort Benning, Georgia when it happened.
What year did that happen?
99.
Yeah.
I was only like 3. I still vividly remember 9/11 happening.
I remember when 9/11 happened. I was stuck in school all day, because they wouldn't let anybody out of school. They're like, we're going to continue going on because that's just what we do as Americans. Which, I'll tell you what, right now, I got nothing done in school that day because guess what?
Watching the TVs the whole time?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, E Honda. Well, welcome to Hit or Miss. You don't join often or hardly at all. I think this is your first time, actually.
Yeah, this is I usually work on Tuesday nights, man. So yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. So go ahead, Dale. Give us your perspective on this. You're your father. 2, this happened in your neck of the woods. Don't hold anything back.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm pissed off as a father that I'm like forced by the state to put my kids in a position where they're like not protected. And I'll tell you this, man, when I went there to pick them up, I expected there to be like cops and security guards and people with guns and shit going on. And I was the only person with a gun and no one else fucking knew that I had one with me. Right. So that happened, like the disorganization of the whole thing. Like there was like 150 parents there trying to pick up their kids all at the same time. And they were like waitresses with too many tables, man. They didn't know what the fuck to do.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
So that pissed me off. And then the thing that makes me upset for the kids, right? I mean, like I said, I was a freshman in high school when Columbine happened, and I was I wasn't at Columbine High School, but I was at a high school in Colorado. And I saw how shit changed, right? Shit completely fucking changed from how life was before Columbine happened when you were at school to how life was after Columbine happened. Like, it wasn't uncommon to see them searching lockers, searching kids, police in the hallways with dogs, like all kinds of that you would never see before. And then to boot, like, I don't know, like this is going way back. We used to like take a auto shop and smoke weed behind the auto shop because we were in high school. Like, we couldn't do that anymore because there's cops all around. Like, there was just like little freedom things that like we enjoyed, maybe like we shouldn't have, but we were able to because we were kids. And then
I couldn't do that at my school because, behind the school were the tobacco fields that the agriculture department grew. Because I went to school in Kentucky. So
nice. I've never been out to Kentucky. How is it out there?
Kentucky's
Beautiful,
nice,
man.
It's nice. If you're gonna go to Kentucky, I recommend going to the Louisville area. That's the best part of Kentucky. I mean, if you want to go to like where your U of K is in Lexington, go ahead. But pretty much the place to be is the Louisville area.
I want to meet the Colonel.
The Colonel's no longer with us, but he is with us in spirit.
He did. What am out of you? I say he did.
But
yeah, man, I covered all that stuff in the video but I basically laid it out though, man. Like, I'm just pissed off that the kids were put in that position. I'm pissed off for the other parents who were put in the frustrated position of like having to go to a school like randomly, stressed out. Like, I sped like a banshee going there. Like, if a cop pulled me over, I was like prepared to like cuss him out and have him follow me to the school,
Yeah, there you go. I need you. Bring your weapons. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was just the kind of attitude that I had. So, yeah.
So was this a lockdown situation, and you had to you had to pick your kids up?
Yeah,
Is that essentially what it was.
They sent out like a mass email, mass phone call if you're on the phone call list, which I was. And then, of course, Tuesday's not my day with the kids. I'm not with their mom anymore. It was her day to go pick them up. But she's in school on Tuesday till like 5:00.
Yeah.
So I just happened to know that it was like 2:00 when I got the phone call. So I just head over there and took care of it,
I'm surprised that they didn't evacuate the kids to an alternate site to get them picked up, sorted and picked up.
Well, remember, Colorado is half left and half right. And what I mean by
I'm just
that
talking
is
about school procedure. This has nothing to do with political parties.
Well, no, it does kind of, because it shows, how it shows their blatant inability to protect the students that they always cry and yell how much they care about.
I know.
But it shows that they don't even protect the children when a liable threat is made.
So let's go above the school system. Is that state law that says that teachers are not allowed to conceal carry, or that the only people that can have weapons on campus are law enforcement? Because it is in Nebraska. It's state law. All right.
Yeah, teachers aren't
So
allowed to have guns in Colorado
if it's
on
the
campus.
state that sets that law, the district is forced to follow state law. And I mean, parents can complain and get as upset as they want, and unless there's a change in the law, that's why people need to be writing their senators and pushing for it. Because in Nebraska, we've tried to push it through a couple times to allow teachers to conceal carry, and it's narrowly missed, or just it's missed by a couple votes getting passed through. And it does get proposed every couple of years. For the last 10 years, it's been happening here in Nebraska. But I'm just saying, a lot of the times it's the state law, and the school can't do anything. All they can do is have an evacuation plan, a lockdown plan, and training, and that's basically all that the schools are allowed to do. So they're at the mercy of state law. I'm not making excuses for the schools, but they can petition and ask the state to change it as much as possible. But it's the people that need to get a hold of representatives that can make the change on the law.
Well, I'll tell you this: when I was waiting in the lobby for the people to call my name to show them my ID to get my son, there were like a dozen opportunities that I had if I was a bad guy with a gun to push my way past the 250-pound, 5-foot tall librarian lady watching the door and do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah, it just surprised me because a lot of schools have a lockdown and then evacuation plan. Once the building's been completely cleared, they then evacuate the kids to a pickup site so that the kids can be sorted, and it's easier to get the kids to their parents. You get them out of the building so that the building can be locked down and secured and inspected and whatnot by law enforcement, and the kids are no longer near the threat. But I mean, I don't know how big the school is. I mean, our school is only 800, so it's a lot easier to move out that many kids versus some of these, 800 per grade high schools that a lot of these kids go to school in.
Well, it's a middle school and a high school, so it's basically
it's pretty good numbers.
It's
1,600,
12th, and I think they've got about 500 per class.
Yeah, that would have been, man.
Yeah, about 4,000 kids ish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's just one of those things where you can write your senator, you can call your senator, you can say, hey, we need allowed concealed carry in the classroom. Other states do it. Why don't we? We need to allow, we need better evacuation procedures for our kids. Start going to school board meetings or looking up school policy, because every school's got their policies online. You can look them up and see what is the plan. Ask for a safety plan. What is the plan if there's a shooter in the building? What's going to happen to my kids? Why haven't we improved this? I wish we could get more parents that would come give us feedback about these things. Instead, you only hear about it at, say, parent-teacher conferences, and that's it. You don't ever hear about it any other time,
So I've got a meeting next week with Jason Crow. He's the Congress representative from Colorado.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to bring up with him.
Yeah, just say, why is it that, why don't these schools have a better plan? Or, there's a lot you can do. It's a huge undertaking, but it's your kids, so you got to do what you can.
Travis, the thing that bothers me is nobody wants to address that we guard our money with armed guards. We don't guard our kids. Our kids are the future. Look,
well, they'll say, well, we have, your schools will counter that, though. They'll say, we have an armed police officer. Okay, your campus is four city blocks.
Officer, then it's really just a truant officer.
I know, and that's the excuse that you get, and that's what they say, and hopefully he's not on lunch break when something happens.
You cry and complain that we need to get rid of, we need to disarm all of America because of all the children, but when it comes to actually protecting the children, you don't do shit.
And look, the ones that say if it saves one child's life for gun control are the ones that are pro-abortion. Are you?
Yeah.
Look, that's another thing. The thing I was getting at is all these people that are saying, "Oh, our children," and they don't want to guard the schools, but they want to pass more gun laws. They don't get it. The people that are going to do evil and go shoot up kids are gonna freaking
the funny part is nobody's ever pulled me or asked me as a public high school teacher, hey, would you be comfortable carrying in the classroom? Nobody's ever asked me that question. There's never been any meetings on that. Nobody's ever asked the teachers, would you be willing to do any kind of training, or would you? No. Okay, great. next teacher, would you be willing to do something like this? Sure, I'd love to. In fact, I do all the time. I'm out in public.
I
Okay,
didn't know you were a
good. You know,
teacher,
nobody.
Travis.
That's too much logic. You know, that's too easy.
Right.
didn't-
Okay.
So
I didn't know you
Okay,
were a teacher,
guys.
man. That's cool.
yeah. Oh yeah. Since 01, man.
Let me guess what you teach. Is it history?
No,
Damn it. English.
no,
Matt.
No,
no,
the opposite of English.
You're the gym teacher? What are you?
no. Well, I'm a white guy. So what do you think I teach?
He teaches school.
No, I teach Spanish and computer science.
He's
Oh.
a substitute Spanish teacher. He's got big eagles.
No, pretty crazy, huh? Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Respect.
So
Respect.
I'm kind of neutral in like the science and math and history. You know, they kind of have their own thing, their own battles. We're kind of our own thing. So you know, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday's pomade is asking, why do we value personal freedom so much, but want educational facilities to look like prisons? I don't want a bunch of armed guards walking around schools because an extremely rare event
You know,
occurs.
I can answer that. Unfortunately, a lot of times when they design new buildings, they want to restrict access and they want to. The reason why they look like prisons is, for one thing, they don't. Many times it's easier to, if you had to go into lockdown mode, and it's pointless because you're talking glass doors here, but limiting the number of entrances, limiting the number of windows. It's probably cheaper to make stuff just out of solid brick walls instead of big glass walls. I mean, when it comes to school design, that there's so many weird elements that come into that, but the trend is to have more secure buildings, so you get away from having 4 doors on every wall. You end up getting like, 2 entrances on each side of the building and fire exits, and that's all you get.
So yesterday's pomade, to answer your question, go and look at the schools in California. They look exactly like prisons.
Well, it kind of depends. I mean, I've seen a lot of campuses in Cali that look like big open campuses where the lockers are outside and there's just hallways that you go into that are out in the open.
He goes on to say, I'm only referring to the fact that the panel is saying they want armed guards patrolling, not the physical appearance. No, we're not saying we want guards patrolling. They don't have to patrol, okay? They just have to be there in case of a situation happening. That's all they need to do.
What I was saying is, I'm going there to pick up my kid because I got a phone call that the school's on lockdown due to a credible threat. And if I don't see someone there with a badge and a gun, I'm concerned. If I go there for parent teacher conferences and I got to get patted down to go like talk to the teacher, yeah, I see what you're saying. But
now look, a school is in a gun-free zone, okay? And a gun-free zone is very similar to a demilitarized zone, okay? But with a demilitarized zone, on the border, we have soldiers at the border of a demilitarized zone protecting it and making sure it's demilitarized, okay? But with gun-free zones, we don't have anybody enforcing it. So that's the point, okay? And that's all we're gonna say on it, because I gotta introduce Warsaw Patriot because he jumped in. Warsaw, how you doing, bud? Thanks for jumping in. What do you got to say?
Thanks for invite Night Strike. So I got a story for you guys. I need to tell you, and I need everybody to be quiet just for a moment while I finish the story. So I was in high school. This is my senior year, basically my last year of high school. We have a lockdown. I'm in my history class. Obvious, when that happened. But, all right, so we're in a lockdown. We have a substitute teacher. Our actual teacher isn't there for today. There's only 5 of us. I'm sitting next to the wall on the right side of the room. This is where it gets really finicky and crazy. 2 students were messing around near the windows, and they were looking outside, checking out the cops, and looking for this kid that actually was threatening to shoot up the school, possibly had a handgun or not, I don't know. But we're near the wall, and I'm getting pissed because they're jeopardizing the whole classroom safety, including my own safety. Because the shooter could be out in the hallway, could be outside, and we could have shot the place. And the substitute teacher didn't do jack shit. That's what happened to me.
So what happened?
Thank God nobody. I'm just saying, if there's a shooter that was in the building, I could have gotten shot up because they're jeopardizing the whole classroom safety.
See, now that's something the school needs to work on, because in our building, and I'm not giving away any secrets, we've got magnets that are over the doors for the teachers that are gone. And when there's a sub in that building, the doors are always locked for those classrooms when it's a sub in that classroom. So all the sub has to do is pull the little strip and shut the door, and it's locked. And I mean, that's only going to get you so far, but at least it's something to prevent people from getting in the room. And so that's something that our district does. So, if you've got kids in school, maybe inquire about something like that, because we've got them on every single door. And honestly, the kids don't even touch them. They've been on the doors all year. And so what the teacher can do is the teacher can pull this over where the latch goes into the frame. The teacher can pull this little strip over it, and it prevents the door from locking. And if there's an emergency, they just pull that up, shut the door, and it locks.
So there's a question out there in the YouTube chat asking, is this the real Warsaw Patriot or one of the imposters?
This is the real.
Okay, because
Right.
AC97 is saying, I'd prefer the imposter.
So it's
Yeah,
not the
sure you
alter ego. Warsaw.
No.
Hey,
So-
Nice Rick, I got a jet. I got to head on over to Sandhills.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway,
we started
guys,
a little late this
No,
evening,
it's cool,
so we're going to continue on for a bit longer.
That's fine, man.
Because of that, because I want to get the full hour in. But thanks for showing up, Travis.
Yeah,
Give us
no problem, man.
your plug.
Night, Travis.
I see
Hey,
how it
take
is.
care, guys.
I show up and Travis jumps out.
Well, no. I usually go over to Sandy's at 9 o'clock. You're late, obnoxious. You should have been here sooner. We could have been having a good chat. So No, just-
whatever.
Hey, Travis.
Whatever.
Hasta
All
la
right, go.
vista.
The
Yeah,
orange
adios,
drove the
amigos.
Travi. The orange drove the Travi out.
Oh my God, the orange is strong with this one. Real quick, check out Caliber Corner Thursday night, 6 to 8 Eastern time, over on gunchannels.com. Peace out, homies.
Peace.
All right,
Hey,
obnoxious
hold
one.
on.
Thanks
I
for
gotta head
jumping
over-
in.
Yeah, I got to head over there too, so I'll catch you guys later. Sunday night, 8 Eastern, Unloaded Media channel. Check out This Week Unloaded. Since I didn't say it earlier, I'll say it now. Bye-bye.
All right.
Night, rich white guy.
All right.
That's what Hank. I guess he said something to me. He's like, Hank saw him. He said rich white. He's like the rich white guy, and he thought it was like rich white guy. I don't know. It's just funny.
So obnoxious. What's
Yes,
going
sir.
on, buddy?
Not much. Just jumped in here. Say hi, and I probably want to talk to you a little bit after the show's over, but that's all right.
I hope
And-
all things good.
Yeah, I'm still trying to set up the mail, so I don't know if it's just not populated yet or what. So, but everybody can see Trigger Plus P out there in the chat. If anybody is here that's not subbed to Trigger Plus P, you'll want to go over there and sub that. That is Three Gun Guys Radio Podcast. That's myself, Snob, and Sarge. We'll be doing a kind of a more structured podcast once we get it up and going. The three of us and a guest.
All right.
The Three Amigos.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, y tú?
No más. No más.
No mas.
No más trabajo.
We're infamous. They're infamous. What's that mean? Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. Just wow.
It means more than famous.
Right.
I'm not sure that's what that means, but okay, we'll go with that.
You had to watch Three Amigos Night Strike. Come on.
Oh no, I watched it. I'm good.
Well,
I
like
watched it.
I said, they're like infamous, and they're like, well, what's infamous mean?
Well, okay, here's one thing I was going to say earlier, too, right? Like,
Go for it.
you can get shot at McDonald's. You can get shot in a school, right? The difference is...
This is turning out to be the worst Dr. Seuss rhyme ever.
Keep
Okay.
going.
The difference is, in a McDonald's, if you have a concealed carry weapons license, you are legally allowed to shoot the person back. In a school, even if you have a concealed weapons license, you are not allowed to have a gun, therefore you're not allowed to shoot back.
Even if, like, there have been situations, even here in New Jersey, that people do not have concealed carry holder permit things, and there's a guy that was actually carrying illegally that actually stopped the mass shooting.
Oh God, imagine that! Oh my God. Oh,
Did he get in trouble?
oh, was that a guy that followed all the other laws, but went, I'm just gonna carry this and he stopped a crime? Oh my God, imagine that.
Yeah, and then he was essentially treated like a criminal, which was kind of upsetting.
Well, of course he was. Of course he was. Even us that do the license thing get treated like criminals if a shooting happens. You see what I'm saying?
The problem is when shit like that happens, it doesn't get publicized enough to where people get up in arms about it. Like the media exclusively discludes that from their coverage whenever there's something like that. Like, remember that NRA instructor guy in Texas who stopped the church shooting? They covered that because they had to and no more.
Right. And yeah, I want to shake that guy's hand.
I'd like to too, man. He's a fucking hero.
And let me see. Crowder had him on. Dude, you could tell every time he talked about it, he was almost tearing up because it was like, and dude, he's older than me. I'm 52. The guy's in his late 50s. The guy ran across his backyard, loading fucking magazine. Sorry, my friends. Loading magazine. Really, he's like, no, this is not going to happen in my backyard. And he grabbed his rifle and he ran toward the gunfire. I want to shake that brother's hand.
Yeah, he probably didn't even think about it on his way either. Like, I'm putting my life in danger. He's like, shit, there's people who need help.
They can go to, oh, exactly. Defenseless people. And and that's the thing that, and we can all agree that bugs the total crap out of me is they want to disarm the average person that we're law abiding. We don't hurt anybody. We go through our day-to-day lives and we do what we're going to do. But you're going to take our claws and our teeth away when the bad guys still have the claws and the teeth because they don't give a crap about what law you pass.
I am appalled and also surprised at this conversation because we've actually been able to hold an entire conversation and actually hear every damn word that Armament Naxxes is saying today. The planets must be in alignment or something.
They must. I guess my piece of shit internet might be in alignment.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought people just usually talked over you or something.
No, they do, but I talk over people. I don't care. Anyway, no, honestly, my internet's been running great tonight, and that's why. So.
Tell them to keep it like that. but yeah.
Well, send Spectrum a text saying, "Hey, keep A&A's internet good." Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't tell them that. So, all right. I think we've just about talked about everything this evening. Does anybody else have another topic that they want to bring up or talk about right now? Or are you guys comfortable with calling it?
I'm good for now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Whatever. We're good.
Yeah, man.
So you're now a Jamaican Japanese guy?
Yeah, man. You got to do it with it. Wow, that's an interesting combo. Jamaican Japanese.
Right?
That's an interesting accent. Master that one.
I'm internationally known.
But anyways, all right. Okay, guys, we're going to call it for this evening. So we're going to run through the room and let everyone give them their outros, and then you guys can go and watch whoever you want to watch after this. But thank you guys for sticking with us. And Armament Naxxes, you're up first. So give us what you got.
Like I said, I think I dropped it earlier. Did our 500 sub video 10 days ago. Said I dropped the winner 10 days after I dropped the video, and I did it tonight. And Gun Doctor TV won. He gets the mini, the ATI Mini 50. That's the Mini Barrett. I won on Hank Strange. Gets that. He gets couple of our logo stickers. I got to make a keychain bottle opener. It took me a long time to do it for roll call, by the way. I'll get it done soon. But yeah, I'm gonna throw in some other swag. I think I might have a hat, some stickers, and some patches, and yeah, I'm gonna throw it in there. But yeah, we hit 500. I think we're at 526 now. But congrats to Gun Doctor TV. Other than that, check us out on Gunstreamer, YouTube. All good. Peace to all. Stay 2A strong. Don't pee in the fridge.
All right. But yeah, anyone that's watching, if you haven't done so already, check out Armament and Axe's channel, because he's going to help us start a new podcast. It's called it'll be the Channel Brother Partner Chat.
It'll be called I Talk Too Much.
CBPC. There we go.
I talk too much, right?
No. AWAG, what else do you got?
I guess check out my channel. I got some ideas rolling around in my head of mine because I don't know. I try to do serious videos on my channel, and they just don't seem to be that popular. And it's one thing that you want to be popular on YouTube, this, that, and the other. It's just like, but when I put out a informational kind of video or video series, it only gets like 10 views. But if I put out something that's political and downright hilarious, people will watch it over and over and over again. So I'm probably going to try to move towards the more hilarious, politically motivated videos.
All I have to say, AWAG, is it's because of America. Fuck yeah.
Indeed.
If you haven't seen AWAG's video, go watch his videos and you'll understand which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna have to run through the whole list.
Yeah, but it's in there. But all right, E Honda, do you do stuff on YouTube yet? Have you started doing stuff?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have like a ton of stuff, but I just posted a video today. I posted a couple of videos last week. Here, I'll post a link to my latest video in the YouTube side chat. I don't know. I was thinking about changing my name, honestly, because it's really hard to find E Honda if you're just trying to search me up specifically, and I'm not like posting a link in a chat. So I don't know. I was thinking about putting some kind of a call out to everybody to give me ideas for a name. I don't know.
Boy.
I was thinking Colorado Carey, but that reminds me of that chick from that movie. So
yeah. Well, keep trying. Keep trying. Obnoxious One, what you got?
I have my Trigger Plus P out there.
Okay.
Just dropped a comment for that. If everybody'd like to go over and check that out and sub us so that we can actually go live on that one. I also have my channel, which is Obnoxious One, OBNXS1, where I cover guns, gear, politics, angry rants, whatever comes to mind. So you can check that out, and you can find me on Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook. That's how it's said, right? The Facebook, the
Facebook.
Twitter, the
Twitter.
Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. And you can go over to Patreon/Obnoxious One and support my fight against e-bagging.
I'm sure. Warsaw, do you do any videos or anything yet, or are you just still kind of just getting into it?
I'm still coming up with some more ideas. I do a lot of woodworking, so right now I just posted up some new videos. I just recently did a short video called "Never Forget Evil Exists," and I also did a video in honor of the Black Rifle Coffee Company for helping our veterans and our servicemen that are that need jobs out there and employment. So I'm just making a wood sign in honor of them, what they're doing, because I appreciate what they're doing for our country.
All right. I support that 100%. All right, guys. I guess that's it check out guntube.org. I still have for another day or two that Indiegogo campaign going, but if it doesn't reach the threshold, it's just gonna end. So there's that. Yeah. Also, I want to let everyone know that I'm going to be doing a video in the next couple of days for anyone who subscribed to the channel. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a lower parts kit for an AR-15. So that's going to be the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm going to give an AR-15 a lower parts kit. So check out that video. I'll probably add some other stuff in there once I get everything in. So
that's what's that parts kit? What is it? Like Palmetto? Was it like I'm curious.
It's a US made OEM parts kit. So it's there's no
it's mil spec kind of.
It's just mil spec OEM.
It's called It Works. It's not butter, it's not beautiful, but it works, right?
Yeah. And for anyone that dislikes PSA, all lower parts kits from PSA right now that are being sold now are made in their Columbia factory. They're not sourced from anywhere else now.
Well, we just dropped a video about Derek's 6.5 Creed PSA. He bought the lower and the upper, and it doesn't shoot bad other until the end of the video when his optic was coming loose. But yes.
Well, obviously, if you don't tighten your optic or use some Loctite on the screws, it's gonna fall off.
Night Strike, I've tried to stress that to my brother, and he just doesn't.
All of my ARs are milk spec.
Okay, good.
Milk.
All right, guys. So with that, we're gonna call this one. So thank you guys on the YouTube side for chatting with us and hanging out with us. Thank you all on the GunTube side for hanging out with us and chatting with us. So with that, we'll see you all next week. So thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss.
Bye, Felicia.
Shall not be in fridge.
Adios, Felicia.
Don't whiz in the cold box.
Give him the bird.
Hashtag Porky Piggin.
What was the other one?
Shall not be in fridge.
That's all, folks.
That's what she said.